Well, welcome, everybody. Thank you. Thanks to all of you for coming here to hear about the state of our city during this past year. And Mr. President, congratulations on your election. Mr. Vice President, congratulations. Members of the Council, Dr. Dakin, members of the School Committee, Mr. Speaker, Senator Petroselli, Representative Vincent, District Attorney Dan Connolly, thank you very much for being here. To all our department heads, and last but certainly not least, the citizens of Revere, good evening and thank you for attending and or watching this annual State of the City address. In 2014, we were tested as a city, but despite the obstacles and challenges put before us, I never once doubted our resolve. Time and again, our community came together with a positive vision for the future of all of our neighborhoods. Because of all of you, I am more confident than ever that Revere can accomplish anything. In 2014, we continue to focus on our core tenets to provide our children a first-class 21st century education, to continue to shine a light on our community in an effort to attract new investment and meaningful economic development projects, and maintaining a vigilance and commitment to keep our neighborhoods safe, and continuing the transformation of city services through innovation and transparency. We have made progress in each of these areas, but we believe there is still much more that needs to be done. I have to thank the many dedicated public servants working for and on behalf of the city, along with members of both the school committee and city council who sit with me at the table to look for ways to improve our neighborhoods and keep our city moving forward. Yes, we do have much to be thankful for and much to look forward to in 2015. Our public school system continues to make us proud and is one of the key factors behind the strength and resiliency of our city. Dr. Dakin, the school committee, our administrators and teachers are amongst the best in the state, if not the entire country. In 2014, the National Center for Urban School Transformation named Revere High School the best urban high school in America. As you can imagine, the competition was fierce with over 10,000 schools applying from across the country. This award is exciting not only for Revere High School, but our entire school district. Their blended learning environment led to higher MCAS scores, a 2.1% dropout rate, while our attendance rate climbed to 95%, amongst the highest in the entire district, and in many ways higher than state averages. Revere Public Schools are constantly adapting and changing in order to meet the ever-growing needs of our students. It's great to see their hard work rewarded. Revere Public Schools were also named a Model Innovation City by Footsteps to Brilliance. Dr. Dakin oversees a school district where funding and space limitations only allows for 40% of the district's preschool-age children to participate in pre-K. Realizing these limitations, Dr. Dakin leveraged the power of the Footsteps to Brilliance mobile platform to reach the parents of children not enrolled in pre-K programs. Without expending tax dollars to build additional classrooms, we were able to quickly expand our pre-K capacity and change the literacy environment so that all children can now enter kindergarten with the prerequisite skills needed for academic success. In being named a Model Innovation City, we are able to provide the Footsteps to Brilliance award-winning literacy application to every Revere family that has a pre-K through third grade child without any cost to them. Also, I am announcing today that Revere High School is the recipient of a 3-year, $3 million grant from the Nellie Mae Foundation. This money will help Revere High School focus on areas such as competency-based learning, personalized learning, anytime, anywhere learning, and student-owned learning. We are very excited to see the new Staff Sergeant James J. Hill School, along with the newly reconstructed Harry Delarusso Stadium, both nearing completion. The stadium will be completed and open to the public by June 1st, and the new Hill School is planned to be open in September of 2015. These are critical investments that will ensure that our children and our community have state-of-the-art space to grow and learn. I'd like to also mention 2 park rebuilds that we did this year, DeSalvo Park and Louis Pasture Park. Those were tremendous projects that had significant neighborhood input, who took ownership of those parks, and it was funded through the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs. And I want to thank the governor and that department for their, certainly their funding. And in fact, we had members of the administration from the Executive Office of Energy and Environmental Affairs out actually helping us build those parks. So my thanks goes out to them. And on a bittersweet note, we talked an awful lot about our schools. Paul Dakin started his career 41 years ago in 1974. The first 19 years he spent at Dom Savio, teaching math and computer science. He then came to Revere, where he spent the last 21 years, 2 years in curriculum, 5 years as an assistant superintendent, and the last 14 years as superintendent. I don't think anybody would argue that over those years, certainly over these last 14 years, Revere High School, Revere School District has been put on the map, and one that is the envy of our entire state, and I would venture to say across the country, as he was named Superintendent of the Year back in 2013 as the best superintendent here in the state of Massachusetts. So my congratulations to Dr. Dakin. On a personal note, it has been a pleasure to work with you, Paul. You are a consummate professional who cares deeply about children, and you know, it has been really a privilege to see the work that you do day in and day out that has led to so many good things here in our school district. You will be sorely missed, but I'm sure that Mary Ellen and the family will be glad to have you back. It's not an easy job being superintendent. It's a 24/7 job, and you've earned every second of retirement, so enjoy it, Paul. I'd like to take a moment to highlight a program that brought together our schools, our business community, and city government. Back in June of 2013, the U.S. Conference of Mayors announced a national contest that was put together in conjunction with tech giant Google in an effort to get businesses across the country online. The program was aptly called Get Your Business Online. Cities competed by using creative techniques and outreach in helping get local businesses online through this program that provided a free website and 1 year of free web hosting. Our High School Interact Club, along with Youth in Action, worked hand in hand with our local Chamber of Commerce and members of our administration to put together a plan. The results were amazing. Dozens of small businesses participated, and many actually realized immediate growth and profitability. I'm so proud of the efforts put into this competition, and so happy that their efforts were rewarded last June at the U.S. Conference of Mayors Convention in Dallas, Texas, where Revere was named the first place winner. Along with this national recognition, Revere received a $50,000 technology grant that is being used to sustain this initiative going forward as one of just 3 cities nationwide taking part in a pilot program with Google to extend this program to each and every city, each and every town across the country. We're one of 3 cities that they have selected to be part of this pilot program. Another thing that I think we should all be very, very proud of. I look forward to finding other ways to work with our talented young people on projects that help strengthen our community. We are blessed to have such strong, positive, and wonderful children in our school system. They make Revere a better place and will continue to make us proud for generations to come. As our local economy continues to grow and flourish, I will continue, as I have in the past, to prioritize neighborhood safety. Our police, fire, inspectional services, and public works departments continue to be on the front lines every day working to make Revere a safer, healthier, stronger community. Last year, we saw a significant decrease in crime in virtually every category. Overall, crime decreased a total of 23.9%, with a 13.5% reduction in serious crimes. We saw similar reductions the year before, where overall crime went down 14.6% and serious crimes down 13%. Now, we recognize that most residents aren't necessarily overly concerned or even care about statistics, particularly if they are victims of crimes. That's why we will continue to focus on not just reducing crime, but ensuring that our residents feel safe in their homes and in their neighborhoods. Our police department is now utilizing data-driven policing practices that focus on several factors: the analysis of crimes being committed, background searches of suspected and convicted felons, and intelligence gathering from members of the public. With this information in hand, we can better prepare our patrolmen, detectives, and specialized units on a daily basis. Our thanks go out to Chief Joe Caffarelli and his dedicated team of law enforcement professionals for your work on behalf of all Revere residents. I cannot express what it means to have you at the helm of our police department. Our fire department, led by Chief Gene Doherty, continues to provide our community with the highest levels of service with regards to medical aid, fire safety and prevention, and emergencies management. Chief Doherty is a vital spoke in the wheel for virtually all emergency situations we may be called upon to handle. He and his department continues to see reduced response times in relation to fires and medical emergencies. A real special thank you to Chief Doherty for his extraordinary work in the wake of the tornado. You have been a rock for this city, and I am thankful to have you by my side. Public Works and Inspectional Services continue to do all they can to ensure that our neighborhoods are clean and healthy. Public Works is continuing to utilize our newly developed work order management program and mobile application, along with social media, in order to respond to the city's requests more efficiently. Inspectional Services, through our Safe Housing Task Force, is making great strides in holding absentee landlords accountable for overcrowding, unsanitary and unsafe conditions. These are real issues that impact entire neighborhoods, and I'm pleased with their progress, perseverance, and determination. I want to remind all residents about our See, Click, Fix mobile application. If you see something that needs any city department's attention, please go to See, Click, Fix or visit revere.org to send us your request. One of the primary ways to improve our neighborhoods is to hear directly from residents. I encourage residents to voice their concerns and to let us know when assistance is needed. Programs like this, through innovation and new technologies, will reform the delivery of city services and remain a top priority for my administration. Mayor Kevin Johnson of Sacramento, California, the president of the United States Conference of Mayors, believes we are entering a new era for cities, one that he calls Cities 3.0. He stated, "Today our cities need to be a hub for innovation, entrepreneurship, and technology, one that is paperless, wireless, and cashless." In 2015, the City of Revere will be reviewing and beginning the process of implementing an online bill payment system for all city services. Our paperless and wireless Revere is on its way, and we can achieve this because of the work we have already done. We will create a virtual city hall for all residents, accessible 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I am proud of the changes we are making and in promoting an unparalleled commitment to transparency and efficiency across all departments in city government. Like Mayor Johnson, I believe in this new direction that we have charted for our community. Government is constantly being forced to do more with less. In order to meet the needs of our residents, we must adapt, change, and streamline services. Our budget process has been an area of great reform and transformation since 2012. Our Budget Committee, in collaboration with the Collins Center at University of Massachusetts, has sought to make the process more understandable and open to the public. This may also be a good time to mention that our city received another bond upgrade and validates our ability to handle the city's finances. This upgrade means better rates for capital projects and lower costs to taxpayers. The market has confidence in Revere, and so do I. Thank you to our Director of Finance, George Anzoni, and our entire finance team. You are making a real positive difference. Prior to assuming office back in January of 2012, I led a group of 60 policy experts, community stakeholders, and city leaders in creating a path forward for our city. They created a report that has been a valuable roadmap and resource for me over the last 3 years. In anticipation and preparation for the future, we have reassembled a new team consisting of many of the former members along with some new ones. They have been working diligently in creating a new and updated document titled Moving Revere Forward, a Progress Report. The committee is looking to the future and plotting a course which leads to growth, prosperity, and even further transparency. This report will be a new and updated roadmap for the city government, for our city government to follow now and for years to come. I look forward to working with all members of the various subcommittees who are helping to shape our shared vision for Revere. And while I value everyone's participation in the process, I'd like to acknowledge one individual that I now have the tremendous opportunity to work with on a daily basis. That is our newly elected State Representative Rosalie Vincent. For years, Rosalie was an advocate for the citizens of our community as Chief of Staff to former State Representative Kathy Ann Reinstein. When Rosalie decided to run for representative, I immediately felt that she would be perfect for the job. I knew Rosalie would be able to hit the ground running and advocate for the issues most important to our city. Many of these issues involve Revere Beach, housing, transportation, and senior services. I look forward to working with Rosalie for many years, and I'm thankful to her and her predecessor, former State Representative Kathy Reinstein, for their commitment to our residents and our neighborhoods. For some time now, we've talked about Revere being a city on the rise. If you look out across the city today, you'll see that Revere is literally a city on the rise, both in steel and concrete. Vanguard at Waterfront Square, Market Basket, Harley-Davidson, Harry Delarusso Stadium, 565 Beach Street, TA Associates, For Kids Only, 39 units of senior housing at the former site of Reardon's Restaurant, and the new Sergeant James J. Hill School represent over $150 million in both private and public investment across our community. These developments will change the face of Revere for decades to come. To this point, our development strategy has been to offer tax incentives, expedite the permitting process, and seek to create specialized zoning districts that will foster desired uses. We know this is real progress. However, we continue to challenge ourselves daily because we know there is much more that needs to be done. When I took office, you may recall that I elevated the economic development function to a cabinet position. I named John Festa our new Director of Economic Development and empowered him to head all of Revere's development efforts. John and I work hand in hand each and every day. He has been a tireless advocate in planning and promoting all of the projects and initiatives that I mentioned earlier. I want to thank John and our entire planning department, led by Frank Stringy, for the work you have done and continue to do. Ben Franklin once said, "By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail." That is why today I'm announcing a new initiative, Plan Revere. Plan Revere will take a comprehensive view of all development in Revere. I'm calling on John to spearhead this plan to develop and redevelop our great oceanfront community. Plan Revere will conduct an analysis of the city's needs and discuss the potential for a full-fledged planning and development process. Plan Revere will commission a planning process for the entire city of Revere that focus on our strongest assets, our proximity to Boston, our waterfront, and access to public transportation. Comprehensive planning helps communities shape their destinies. Around the world, businesses, nonprofits, institutions, and other institutions plan to assure that they can meet today's challenges without sacrificing tomorrow's opportunities. When cities and towns do the same thing, the result is successful growth and sustainability. Recognizing that governments generally work in the present, responding to existing demands and crises, comprehensive planning is all about balance. It gives residents and public officials a chance to really think about transportation, housing, public services, open space, and economic development, while ensuring that decisions are made with sensitivity towards the needs and opportunities for both today and tomorrow. That is why a collaborative process is so essential. It is imperative that we receive input from residents, business owners, and other stakeholders. They walk Revere's streets every day. They work and shop in our many commercial districts. They play in our parks and volunteer in our community. They worry about their children's ability to get into college, to find a job, or to buy a home. My plan is to include all members of the City Council and appoint a 50-member comprehensive steering committee that will be charged with crafting new zoning and policy recommendations, as well as offering input for new and emerging district designations. If you or anybody you know would like to be involved in this, I encourage you to contact John Fester or myself. We certainly need your help. Some of the areas and issues we will be looking at will include Suffolk Downs and Wonderland Dog Track, for example. While we weren't awarded a casino license, we were handed an opportunity to craft our vision for what's best for Revere at these locations. Tonight, I am calling upon our friends at Suffolk Downs and Wonderland, as well as Boston Mayor Marty Walsh, to work with me in entering conversations regarding the future development of both of these locations. Suffolk Downs represents the largest tract of undeveloped land in metropolitan Boston. It sits less than 2 miles from downtown Boston, has 2 rapid transit stops, and straddles Route 1A. Our future is bright if we plan for it, and we are starting that process right now. I want to close tonight by spending some time thanking some of the people that make Revere great. I want to thank and congratulate Revere resident Judge Roberto Ronquillo, who back in January of 2014 was named Chief Justice of the Boston Municipal Court. Congratulations, Judge. I want to also take a moment and thank the many heroes that are always there when Revere calls. First responders, our Public Works Department, private businesses, and members of our community. All friends and neighbors who truly came together in the wake of last July's tornado. And as we continue to rebuild our neighborhoods, we are more determined than ever to finish our revitalization efforts along Broadway, the area hardest hit by the storm. You will see by this time next year how much more will be done throughout our central business district. I would like to publicly thank former Middlesex County District Attorney and current partner at Nixon Peabody, Jerry Leone, for taking on the role of administrator for our Tornado Relief Fund. He, along with his colleague Eric Waltz, David Surface, the CEO of St. Jean's Credit Union, Frank Perullo of Sage Systems, former Commissioner of the Massachusetts Probation Department, Ron Corbett, local resident and business owner Michael Falzone, our building inspector Benny DeCristoforo, and several others, donated countless hours to this effort. Because of their hard work, close to 150 families received some form of assistance to help deal with the financial losses that they sustained and help them start getting their lives back on track. I want to thank them, and our city thanks them. While everyone that contributed deserves to be recognized, I must acknowledge a few: Suffolk Downs, People's United Bank, St. Jean's Credit Union, Massport, Comcast, Cataldo Ambulance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and neighborhood developers. They, along with over 800 individuals and businesses, donated over $250,000. I want to share a quick story that really impacted me during that storm. Gina Brophy, who lives out in Millis, Massachusetts, had seen the devastation that was caused during the storm back in July, and took it upon herself to open up a lemonade stand where she raised close to $50, and with her mother and aunt drove out here to Revere to help the victims by giving close to $50 that she earned at her lemonade stand. What a wonderful gesture from a young little girl. Revere showed what we are made of, and we put it all on display for the world to see. Thanks to all of you that have done so much for our city. We came together as a community through the cleanup effort, and then to support our neighbors so they did not have to go it alone. As mayor, it was one of my proudest moments. In closing, 2014 was indeed a very busy year. We continue to grow and evolve. You've heard me talk a lot about our proximity to Boston, our beautiful ocean front, access to public transportation, and vibrant local economy. And of course, these are tremendous attributes that we should all be very, very proud of. But I believe what really makes Revere the special place it is starts with our residents and the many groups and organizations who so quietly and effectively volunteer in ways that make our city just that much better. Groups such as the Revere Beach Partnership, the Beautification Committee, our Historical Society, Office of New Revere Residents, our Neighborhood Advisory Committee, our Chamber of Commerce, Rotary and Kiwanis clubs, veterans and civic clubs, coaches, managers, and senior citizen mentors provide services that government never could. My many thanks go out to all of you for your hard work and shared commitment to making Revere the best we can be. As I have said since first taking public office almost 15 years ago, Revere is a very special place. I thank all of you for placing your confidence in me and for giving me this great opportunity to serve as your mayor. I look forward to continuing to earn your trust and leading us into the best days the city has ever seen. Thank you for joining us here this evening. May God bless you, your families, and the great city of Revere.